Welcome back, our lovely salties. On today's episode, we have a very special guest. On our Saltbox topic, we'll sit down with our friend Rob from the Spice and Tea Exchange of Johns Pass right here in Madeira Beach. You might have heard of Spicy Brian, but how well do you know Tea Rob? And of course, we'll wrap up with everyone's favorite, our beach's tide check. So grab your favorite drink and get ready to get a little salty with us.
Okay, so Saltbox topic, we are focusing on a small business in Madeira Beach. Today, we are welcoming Rob Colwell, store manager of the Spice and Tea Exchange at the Johns Pass in Madeira Beach. While owners Brian and Lisa have built an incredible business, they have entrusted much of the day-to-day operation and customer experience to Rob. He's become such a familiar face to both locals and visitors alike. Spice and Tea Exchange has grown into much more than a specialty retail store. It's become a destination. Whether you're searching for unique spices, handcrafted teas, gourmet seasonings, thoughtful business gifts, or the perfect vacation souvenir that you'll actually use when you get home, the shop has something for everyone. And if you fall in love with the product, after your trip, they'll even ship it to you directly to your door. Beyond the store itself, you'll find the Spice and Tea Exchange actively involved throughout our community, showing up at local events, supporting local initiatives, and helping make Johns Pass a vibrant destination that we all know and love. Today, we are talking to Rob about the business, a little bit about himself, and all the products you people like. So let's get started, Rob. Thank you so much for coming on the Real Salty podcast.
Thanks for having me, y'all. Excited to be here.
I'm so excited that you're here, Rob. I have to go ahead and do a little spoiler alert. So we did an episode recording of just a mini intro. I know Stephanie just gave the good people all kinds of good info about what we're going to talk about more. But in my intro, I may or may not have already given you a nickname. Now, if you have a nickname, we're open to hearing what said nickname is. We will vote.
Yeah, we're not committed yet.
We're not. Well, we're committed right now to mine, Steph.
Right. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Sorry.
So some people might have heard of Spicy Brian, but I have now nicknamed you T-Rob.
T-Rob. All right. I like it.
We like that? Okay.
I dig it. I can live with that.
Have you been given a nickname already?
Not really. I mean, depending on how long you've known me, I'm either Robbie or Rob, or if you're my mother, it's Robert, usually followed by my middle name if I'm in trouble.
That's her right. Yeah. Well, I was going to say, I told Stephanie at the Madeira Beach night market where we ran into you a few weeks ago, I go, he's got a hell of a lot of nerve, though, having that mustache and being a Rob and not a Ron. Just Ron Burgundy vibes all day, bro.
Hey, one letter away.
That's right. It's a good look, though, for you. It's a really good look for you. I like it.
Thank you.
So tell us, how long have you been working for the Spice and Tea Exchange?
So I just hit my 3 years back in May. So officially
Awesome.
3 years with the Spice and Tea Exchange. Crazy how quick it goes by. It feels like literally yesterday.
Well, in the last 2 years of your 3 years, that was a hell of a 2 years to go through, because you got in right before the hurricanes then, right? 23?
Yeah, 23. So we had a little bit over a year. We're really getting our place. And then, of course, September 2024 hurricane. So it was a pretty strenuous 244 days for us.
Yeah, who's counting?
We're back better than ever.
You guys have done a lot of really cool stuff.
We went to that reopening, the grand reopening, and we were super impressed with the updates that happened. And sometimes we talk about that, that can be a blessing in disguise. There's no way that we could say that it was, thank goodness this happened. We would never say that, but sometimes it gives people the opportunity to do a makeover that they might have just kept kicking the can down the road. But one of the things that I thought that was amazing, and it's so hard not to talk about like pre-storm, after storm when you're dealing with Madeira Beach. It's just so hard not to. But one of the things that was so amazing to me is that like there was a lot of resilience in Johns Pass about getting reopened, like a lot.
Yeah.
And I mean, you just even said 244 days before you even were able to get into location. So, I mean, by my calculation, you at least had like 200 days where you were like running your business in a tent.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, initially, Brian, Lisa, and myself were kind of just getting everything out of the shop, doing as much demo as we could. And then we got to a certain point where there wasn't really much more we could do. It was kind of just a waiting game. So at that point, we decided to be as proactive as we could. We took our little 10 by 10 tent, put it right outside, started out with one or two tables and a couple of products, and we really grew it into something that we never expected. And not that we'd ever want to go back to doing it
Right.
in that
No,
format, but we 100% exceeded all expectations for what we could have considered possible with a couple tables and a tent.
I saw you guys out there repeatedly on your what I call sidewalk sale time. And
Mhm.
so you're absolutely right because I actually your business is located on 129th Avenue, just in my Midwest verbiage, catty corner from I think is the main intersection in the shops of the village. I live on 129th though, all the way in the back of the street. So sometimes I sneak behind there at Pelican, and there is your lovely shop before I make my left to go home, and just kind of seeing the changes and kind of seeing your, like you said, your little operation kind of grow, and the more tables and the more options, the more spices, it made my heart happy every time I saw people standing at your guys' table, which you guys are, like Stephanie said, a staple in the
Yeah,
village.
for
And as
sure.
much time as Stephanie spends in the village with her business, as much time as I might patronize some of the places in the village,
Mm.
um, you guys are constantly an ask. Where is it? Are
Yep.
they back open? How are they doing? I remember this. I have this spice from that. My sister said she's going to kill me for the recipe, not giving it to her. But you guys were resilient the entire time. We do not have to dwell in this space, but 244 days. You guys were one of the last few to kind of really get back open with everything. Watching all the other businesses around you reopen. Kudos to you guys for doing what you could when you could, you know?
Yeah, thanks. I mean, it was never a matter of if for us, it was more of a matter of when.
Right.
So we, in the meantime, we did what we could, and it's kind of interesting because just being out there, we would see people who were still coming on their normal yearly, bi-yearly visits. And we would have like, oh, you guys have been here. You're on your 18th year, 19th year. We had no idea. So we were still able to reach a new audience of folks just by, because as you mentioned, we are a little bit off the beaten path. So being out there, we were kind of able to reach some folks that we might not have ever been able to.
Yeah,
So
that's fair. Yeah, just a
That's
little
an
bit more approachable, right? Yeah,
That's
just
an
like, oh,
opportunistic
what's going
view
on
of
over there?
thinking that's a sandwich board sign enlarged to
Yeah.
draw people from that off of the Village Boulevard there. But one of the questions we wanted to ask you, Rob, was
yeah.
you mentioned that you joined the company in 2023. What were you doing before then, and what kind of drew you to it?
So before I started working for Brian and Lisa, I was actually in the property casualty insurance business. I was a
Oh,
broker,
God
writing
bless you.
homeowner insurance, flood, any kind of personal line. I wrote it with it's like a volume producer. So worked with 60, 70 different carriers to write primarily homeowners, but we did a lot of flood, auto, boats, jet skis, any kind of personal line. We did it. Um,
Stephanie, you need
You
to
got
talk
off
to
a
this guy.
ramp.
I was going to say,
I mean, you
Stephanie,
were
you
on
need
a
to talk to
highway and
this
you got
guy.
off a ramp.
Yeah.
and I liked it. It was a good learning experience. I feel like I got pretty good at it, and then just realized that I really didn't want to do that anymore. And Brian and Lisa have been dear friends of mine since before I was ever even working for them.
I
So it
didn't
Okay.
kind
know
of just
that.
started off as Brian was doing an event, and he said he knew that I was currently had just left my insurance gig and was kind of in between. I was driving Uber to make a little bit of money while I was contemplating my next move, and asked if I would help him for an event. And I said, sure, that sounds fun, man. And then it went really well. The next thing you know, I was doing marketing outside of the shop with him. And then it was, hey, so and so called out, could you help us out in the shop? And then next thing you know, I'm running it for him.
Well, I think that was probably strategic on Brian's part.
Oh,
Although
he's a
you
man
were
with
like,
a
"Oh,
plan.
look at how this
Stephanie, do you
happened."
understand the breadcrumbing that happened
Yeah,
here with this? Do
yeah,
you
there was a
see what
total
this is?
breadcrumbing going
Yeah.
on. It was like, yeah, someone called out, "Oh, Brian, we saw the schedule. You didn't even have anyone scheduled. You were just hoping he could do it." Yeah,
Yeah. Hey, I
that's
never thought of it
awesome.
that way. You're probably right.
Yeah.
You know
Well,
what though?
Brian is always everywhere and he talks to everyone and he is one of the most friendly faces that you're lucky enough to run into for sure if you are a business owner and he's just he's involved in so many different things and that I love that he was like default to Rob when we
It's
were
T
talking about doing
Rob.
this. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. T Rob. That's
T
right.
Rob. Okay. We're bringing it. It's gonna catch on. We're gonna do it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Spicy
Yeah, I
Brian and
feel
T Rob.
I feel very lucky to call both Brian and Lisa, not just my boss, my employers, but also my dear friends.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah, you just mentioned that you had had an existing friendship with them before you got involved professionally. I didn't know that. That's amazing.
Yeah.
I didn't know that either. That's
Yeah.
So
awesome.
Lisa's daughter, Lucy, and I went to high school together. We were both on swim team. She married my best
Say
friend.
less. Yep.
So I've known Lisa since 2010, and
Now
then
wait a minute. Are you one of those preciouses that actually is from here?
yeah, oh yeah, born and raised.
I saw
Oh,
the
Hey,
Buccaneers. I
yep,
saw the Buccaneers. We love it well, actually, it's two guests in a row that have been basically born and raised here. We love it when we meet homegrown.
yep, yeah, and it's funny because anytime I tell someone that, it's like, oh, there's not really that many of you, and I always think to myself, like, yeah, there is. I know a million.
Yeah.
well, I guess you guys just don't talk to the general public because we spot you in the wild and we're like, wow.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. So is
You
it
guys
Pinellas
stick
County you were
together.
raised in?
Yep, Pinellas County. Yep.
Cool.
Went to Azalea Elementary, Azalea Middle, Bogey for high school, and
Cool.
USF St. Pete for college. So
Oh, good
been
for you.
Pinellas County through and through.
That's awesome. So were you do you live on the Barrier Island?
No, so I live in
Okay.
St. Pete. I'm over in like the Azalea, Tyrone neighborhood.
Okay. Okay. So you
Um,
were minimally impacted by Helene, that's for sure.
yeah, Helene, we were good at the house.
Were you
Milton was
good?
a little
Okay.
bit different of a story just because the
Yeah.
rainwater
Yes.
was
Yeah, that's what
so
I was about to say. Well, there were some areas over there that didn't do
yeah.
okay. Yeah, for
We
different
are in a
reasons.
flood zone, so we
Right.
did have some intrusion in our Florida room, and like we had to take up some vinyl in our second living room behind me. This room,
Okay.
we had to rip some of that up, and we had to replace that. But we were never displaced. I never had to spend a single night outside of my own bed. So we consider ourselves to be extremely lucky in that
For
regard.
sure. Yeah,
Okay, so
that's for
your
sure.
family is obviously from the area, and you obviously are roots down, toes down. You know, you're here, you're in it for the long haul. Can I say that? You have no plans of ever living anywhere else. This is where you want to kind of set your stone and set your roots. Is that right?
I would say so. It's always nice traveling, seeing other
Oh, of
places.
course.
And when vacation's over, that always sucks, but I always feel lucky, I'm not going back to like Ohio or something where it's raining all the
Yeah.
time. Sorry if you guys are from Ohio or
Yeah.
something.
No, there's a reason we're here, honey. That's why I just laughed. I'm like, two ex-Midwesterners right here. Like, no,
Yeah.
preach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So, I mean,
Well,
this
yeah.
is
We
very,
always travel in January because that's when we're quieter. And everyone always says like, we like to go over to Europe and it's obviously not great weather in January. We're really wherever you go, it's not going to be great weather. And so when we meet people that we might be going to visit their area or whatever, they say, oh, that's not a good month. And we're like, listen, this is what we live in. Like, we're good. Like, we're good. Like, we just need to go over there and see it. It doesn't matter if the weather's perfect because we're good over here. So I get that. That makes total sense to me.
Yeah, I don't
no
know if you
doubt.
could tell, Rob, but I was about to jump all over that. We normally go to Europe. And then I
Oh,
was like, in January. And then I was thinking, January, because you're glutton for punishment.
I was
And
gonna
then
say,
I
isn't it
realized
cold
you
over
own
there?
they own a wave runner business, so I get it. Like they got to do what they got to do when the slow
Mm-hmm.
season is. But
Mm-hmm.
tell me right now, we are, as of this record, it's June 15th. I've spoken to Stephanie. Her business is still hot off the presses right now. That this is when they're running wave runners to Grandma Edna because she just wants to get wet.
Yeah,
Like it's
exactly.
so hot. What is the traffic like for your guys' shop? Do you guys have obviously an influx with the high seasons and the low seasons like most of the businesses here? Or do you find that there's a particular time of year where people come in and restock necessarily?
So I'd say right now we're pretty moderate. June usually is better than May for us,
Okay.
Okay.
by a decent amount. And I think once kids get out of school,
Yeah.
Yeah.
usually during May, it's kind of staggered depending on where you are in the country. But we definitely see an uptick for business right around Memorial Day. That's always a huge
Yeah,
weekend
kicks it
on the
off.
beach. And then families are running around. So we see an increase from what we see in May. And then, of course, early July for 4th of July. The week before that,
That
week
makes sense.
during is usually pretty powerful for us as well. Starts to taper off a bit as we get into August. Kids go back to school. September is always the slowest. And then as we get to like October and some of the holidays, November, we really start to pick up and usually always finish the year Q4 very strong.
Speaking about the holiday season, I mean, your guys' business to me is just a shoe in for gifts. And
Yeah.
so when you talk about the holiday season, Stephanie and I both being in real estate, we like to give a closing gift just to say, thanks for putting me through hell. Here
Yeah.
you go.
There
No,
you
just
go.
kidding. Love all of our lovely customers and clients. We can all lose our minds at times.
Yes.
But
It's an
anyway,
emotional experience.
I've used you guys for closing gifts before, and it's always kind of an ooh ah moment. And it's so thoughtful. And the fact that you guys procure some of the most freshest, I can't even, we went over kind of the quick Q&As that we wanted to line out for you, but I know that you guys have like so many cool things that come from so many cool places that you procure that are just the freshest of the bestest. I mean, sorry, Steph, if I'm jumping the
No, I
line,
want to
but
talk about the product. Are you kidding me? I think that this
yeah.
is where we're going to get
The
really
the
spicy.
dealer's cool, but we want to
Yeah.
know about the product, T
Yeah,
Rob.
we want to
Okay.
know where
Yeah,
the blue
the
stuff is.
star of the show.
So, one of the things that I wanted to ask is what would you say is probably the rarest, hard to get when it runs out, it's impossible to replace? The Real Housewives, they can't keep their hands off of it. Like, what would you say is the most precious in the store?
So the most precious, I would say, it definitely has to be our saffron. So saffron's the most expensive
Mm.
spice in the world. By no means is it our best seller or anything. It's not even something that we keep out on the floor. We literally keep it in a drawer, in the bag. You
Yes.
have to ask for it. And every other product that we have, we sell by the ounce. The saffron we sell by the gram. It's literally
We are
14.95 a
Have you
gram.
I know exactly what you're talking about because I am the oldest millennial that has nothing but time, and I've literally watched documentaries about the saffron industry. Are you aware of this, Stephanie? That makes total sense to me.
absolutely no idea. I just heard grams and ounces and I'm in on it.
No, he's right. Like
That's
it is
crazy cool.
the rarest spice because
What would you use that for?
Um, One of my favorite things to use saffron on would be like a seafood paella, like a
Mm,
rice type of dish. If you've ever been to the Colombia, they have a great paella. So
Okay.
that sort of thing would be my go-to for using the saffron.
right.
Okay, so that's the rarest. What do you think is one of the best sellers?
Our
There we go.
best seller is, and you guys will be familiar with this one, the Florida Sunshine citrus salt. So
Yes.
our Florida Sunshine spice blend, it's our best seller by far. Everyone goes crazy for it. If you're walking in our store for the first time, and I know it's your first time, we're definitely not letting you leave without smelling Florida Sunshine.
I love that. So when people will just use that as almost like I've got to have some Florida sunshine on some of my What would they spice it with? Would they spice poultry?
Yep,
Yeah.
poultry, like any kind of chicken, seafood,
Okay.
veggies, it's exceptionally good on. But you can pretty much use it as an everyday table salt. One of my favorites
So
is
yeah,
margarita
you
rim,
margarita
Oh,
rim.
Fudge
Okay.
Margs. Let's go.
that's
So I
right.
was gonna say what I use mine for. So I am a Midwest girl, and in the sandy banks of the Mississippi River, they grow what's called muskmelons, which essentially are like the sweetest cantaloupes you could ever find. And back home, you sprinkle a little bit of salt on the cantaloupe before you eat it and the muskmelon. And so I actually use the Florida Sunshine salt mix. And because for the lovely listeners that aren't aware, there's so many other good things in there. But in my mind, it is a lemon zest salt. So it basically, the lemon and the citrus of it is what triggers my brain to think sunshine. And so I actually put it on melon. I don't know if
That's
anybody else does
interesting.
that. Yeah,
I'd totally be down to try that. A little
it's good.
sweet and salty goes a long way.
It
I've
is.
put it on
Yeah.
like some fudge brownies before, just like a little light topping of that. And interesting fact, back to the what you were saying, gifts and things like that with realtors. That's actually one of our popular items for mortgage brokers, for real estate agents, especially
Yes.
for out of state closings. People who are moving to Florida, what better
Cool.
way to welcome them to their new home than a little bit of Florida sunshine? And fun fact, Florida sunshine, we actually have in a tea, a sugar, and a candle as well. So you can actually have a whole little Florida sunshine bundle as a welcoming gift, and
Oh,
it's
that's cool. I love
absolutely
that.
phenomenal.
I've had that candle. It's a very good candle.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Caitlin's into the candles. That's cool. That's really cool. That's actually awesome. I'll have to look and see if we have that in my cabinet. I just go for the straight Lowry's all the time. I and
Ugh. Get her, Rob.
What's
Get
that?
her.
it's just it's like
Lowry's?
a seasoning that I don't know. It's called Lowry's, Lawrys, and I don't. I mean, I don't. I wherever we get it, I don't know. I am not a cooker.
No, Rob.
Hey, but you like to
MSG.
eat, right?
Yeah,
I
get her. Get
do.
her.
I do. So I need to get that. I'm gonna yes, get her.
You, you
Yeah,
know where you have
come
to
on
cut her
down.
off. You know where you have to cut her off at the pass, Rob? She enjoys a good meal, but I love you, Stephanie. You're not cooking it. Where we have to get her is at
Is
her
get to go,
husband and
Michael.
her two sons.
Yeah.
They are
You have to
they're
go
the
after Michael.
cooking
There we go.
people in the family. So let's cut Michael
Yeah,
off at the
Michael will say every time I go in there, I just want to look around and then I walk out spending $100 every, which is
That's
Oh
fine.
yeah.
because there's so much inspiration in your
Yes.
store.
If we get a basket in your hands, you're in trouble.
That's the goal. That's actually what you're trying to get the associates to do all the time, right? Is just get a
Oh,
basket in their hand.
for sure. And I always tell people, don't ask like if they want a basket, because they're going
Just
to be
get it.
like, oh no, I'm fine. Walk over, here's a basket for you.
Yeah.
And 9 times out of 10, they're going to be like, oh, thanks. And then they just forget how much they put in it. It's all
Yeah.
part of our evil plan.
That no,
No.
evil plan, that's a retail plan. Are you kidding me? That's the best.
So, little known fact, actually, Stephanie comes from kind of the corporate retail world. And so she notices little things when she walks into the store, the little
Yeah.
nuances or the IC3s or the leading and things like that. It's like
I'm
she
a
picks up
total
that all the
I just
time.
observe all the time, like, oh, they're having a shift meeting over there. Okay, what's going on over there? Or, go team go. Like I've said that plenty of times where I'm like, go team go
Except
Walmart.
for Veronica. Obviously, the meeting is called because of Veronica. No, it's kidding.
Exactly. Yeah, I can't help it. I love learning about operations and how people like better ways to do things in general, but also like the operations of people's
Efficiency. She's
business.
a fan of efficiency.
I
Yeah.
am. I'm a big fan of it. So,
So
well,
we
that's
talked.
cool. I love that. So, what do you think people would be? So, spice and tea obviously sell
Yes.
spices. You have teas. What would you think that people would be surprised that you sell, or people are surprised when they walk in that you sell?
Well, a lot of times, I would say the spice blends, because a lot of times people just think it's a tea shop. So they
Okay.
see tea, spices, but for some reason, the tea is what's on their mind. So
So
then
apparent.
they get in, and I start talking about one of our spice blends, like back to the Florida Sunshine, for instance. We have it right in front of the building. So someone comes in and I'll open it up and have them smell it, and they're like, "Oh, you make this? You use this to make tea?" And I'm like, "No, no, it's a
Oh,
salt for your food." So sometimes people just think that we're only a tea shop, and then not to mention we also have sugars, peppers, and then just all sorts of regular traditional spices and herbs. So we're not just a tea shop. And actually, the spice blends, I would consider that to be the highlight of our shop.
that's cool. Well, I
I
would think so too. I mean, I guess if you were in Britain, then that tea would be maybe the biggest thing to be about. But no,
their tea walls are incredibly impressive for the choices between the black and the green and the white and the chai. I mean, sorry, you work there, Rob. I'm just like jumping in, but I have to 100% agree with Rob because I kind of was that civilian, if you will, where I would just thought that's mostly tea and stuff like that. I have no less than probably 38 spices and blends that they
yeah,
have. I probably
yeah.
have 4 tea versions in my house. But the spices is really, and I'm so glad that you brought up the different sugar blends, Rob, because
Oh yeah.
please rapid fire at least 5 of the sugar blends because guys, when he was bringing up the margarita rim, listen, they have all the different flavored salts and all the
Or
different
even
flavored
sugar
sugars
rims
for
too.
my daiquiri girls, for you, Stephanie, when you talk about your pina coladas and your daiquiris and your mai tais and your all the different things, like guys, the possibilities are endless. So yes, Michael, it's easy to walk in there and walk out with stuff. But the sugars, tell me about the sugars.
Yeah, so rapid fire, mango sugar, mango habanero sugar, dragon fruit sugar, strawberry sugar, bourbon black walnut sugar, apple cinnamon crisp sugar, and like you were right on the head with the cocktails, the margarita
What
rims,
the what? That's
uh,
amazing.
the mango habanero sugar, one of the best margarita rims you could have.
It
I'll
goes
use the
both ways,
bourbon
right?
black.
Sweet, spicy. Yeah.
Yeah, the bourbon black walnut sugar you could use, muddle that in some soda water for an old fashioned
Oh my
rather
gosh,
than
I
just
have to
like
Yes.
tell
a
Michael about that.
traditional
Oh my gosh.
sugar cube.
Oh, that's amazing.
Stephanie is about to tell Michael that his budget just went to his allowance just went to 200.
Well, he has this bourbon budget apparently that he has decided that he has. And so,
It's true. He told me he had an entire vacation 2 years ago based around a bourbon tour.
yes.
100%. This
Yeah,
is where we go.
he's got this whole like bourbon area in our house, and he comes home and he's like, I didn't buy the $1,000 bourbon. And I'm like, we were
You're
considering
welcome.
it?
That
Yeah.
was on
What?
the table.
I know. Like, wait,
Not like they have 3
am I
kids in
supposed to say
college.
thank you? Because I would imagine that's supposed to be can I buy, not
No.
thank you for not buying.
We
I mean,
need to we need to take Michael in there. And you know what, Stephanie? We'll just drop him off with Rob.
yes.
Rob will lead him down the path and the journey. You and I will go somewhere and have a drink.
No, I'll have to go to work to make back the money Michael's going to spend. Let's be realistic
That's
here.
true. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll
That's
have a
true.
basket in his hands in no time.
That's the goal, right? That's the goal. Is always have the
Luck.
basket.
Man likes to stand with his hands behind his back, so he's going to be
Yeah.
holding his basket in
No,
the back. Okay,
he'll
just hand it to
understand.
the
Oh no,
back.
no, no! Don't give me the basket. Don't give me the. Yeah, he'll understand that because
Whoop. Yeah.
exactly. You'll be like, no, you have to have a basket. I'm not holding anything for you. You have to have a basket. That's funny.
Yeah, we
Okay,
got
so this conversation is fantastic because I knew that you had a lot in there, but all of this is amazing.
Oh, my
How do
goodness.
you source your product? Do you
Yeah.
do you have a warehouse in the back, or do you how do you do
yeah.
all that?
So our
Back
products,
aware.
I
our
don't know.
products
I
are sourced all over the world. So we get our stuff literally from all over. I order directly from our distribution center, which is in St. Augustine. So we
you
are
got a
part.
guy.
Yep, we are part of a chain. So our brand, all of the stores nationwide, we order from distribution
Got
in
it.
St. Augustine. And then we actually do the blending, bagging, bottling. We do all of that right in the store ourselves. So it's all
You
freshly packed.
do?
Yep,
Oh,
yep.
you're
That's
a
one of the things.
mixologist too,
Yeah,
or
that's one of
maybe
the
a
things.
spiceologist.
Yeah, a lot of people don't realize that, because they
No, they
don't.
don't.
We're a small 500 square foot shop, but every single bag bottle that you see in the store was filled right there in our store. And the spice blends, the custom spice blends, we have our top secret recipe book, and we use that to blend all of our stuff. So it's really as fresh as you could get. You go to the grocery store, who knows how long it's been sitting in that bottle on the shelf?
True.
You really don't know, but our stuff is very fresh.
Not only do you not know how long it's been sitting on the shelf, you don't know what they've added to it to preserve it, correct? I
Yes.
mean, yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
you
that
never
is
know.
true, right? The preservatives with it. You're right.
He did you catch the fact that he admitted that there's a book?
Yeah, top secret, I actually think that he said.
Question, does one have to sign an NDA when one joins the employment?
Pretty much. It's confidential, and literally on every single
Good.
page in the book it says like confidential, confidential. So that's a top secret for sure. I mean, obviously we're very upfront and open about all of our
What's
ingredients.
inside of it. Right, right,
Of
right.
Right.
course.
And if there's any sort of allergens, any of the nine
Yes.
allergens, we put that very clearly
Yeah.
on the back of the label. So people do know what they're getting. But as far as how much, how little, we can't tell you that.
That's a secret.
Yep.
Yeah. I was
That's
gonna
a
say
real
my
this is so cool. And then so you must have okay, so wait, you said that there's like a headquarters. So is it a franchise business?
Yep, we are part of a franchise. Each location is individually owned, operated.
Yeah,
There's close to 100 nationwide at
that's
this
not a
moment.
lot, really.
And it's really grown from the ground up. So our location in Johns Pass was the second one. So the original started over in St. Augustine, which is where our
Makes sense.
distribution center
Makes
is.
sense.
And then Lisa was the first one to take a chance on the brand and franchise out. And since then,
That's
it's really
amazing.
taken off. So
it's been a couple of years since I heard that story, but everything, sorry, it's like a Celine Dion song. It's all coming back to me now. That's why I'm like aggressively nodding with you, Rob, because I'm like, that's right. They're one of the first like flagships, and like it's so amazing. And the second you just told that beautiful story, Rob, sorry, I just jumped all over this. I also have ADHD. Welcome. Um, basically what I was thinking about is Mad Beach Moho. Brian told me years ago that the Mad Beach Moho spice blend, which forgive me, did what is it now renamed into?
yeah, they changed it just to Mad Moho. So it's always been sold in the other locations, and they always called it just Mad Moho. But because it was curated here in Johns Pass on Madeira Beach,
Exactly.
we would always call it Mad Beach Moho.
I
But in an
love
effort
that.
just for brand consolidation and to kind of keep things the same at each location, we do have it on the label as just Mad Moho.
Yeah.
But
You do now, but
we
when I
do
moved
now.
here, I
It
had
was
a Mad
Mad
Beach
Beach,
Moho.
but we
Hmm.
still call it Mad Beach. The OGs know what it is.
Yeah, that's
See?
right.
OG.
Oh,
Yeah.
gee, that's right. I that's awesome. That's incredible. I knew that. I knew that it was one of the first stores, but I actually 100 is a lot. I said it
That is
wasn't
a lot.
earlier,
I was shocked.
but that's such a it's a small footprint and in a lot of ways affordable footprint because it's 500 square feet, and that's where my brain starts going is like how much volume you could do with 500 square feet, and that's just
Be
like kind of
Here
where
she
my
surprised.
goes.
here I
Sorry.
go. Here I go. So 100 is a lot, but that's like that's so cool. St. Augustine makes so much sense, and then here makes so much sense because it's a little like John's Pass is so special, and where you feel like you're walking back in time sometimes when you go into John's Pass because of the difference in the buildings and just all the criteria that comes with it. So, at how have you been in that location the whole time?
Yep, we've been in the same building since 2007. And Lisa's story really has been a story of resiliency from the get-go. 2008, the big
Yeah.
financial
Yep.
struggles at
Yep.
that time. She was able to endure that, grew the business. 2020 with COVID, that really hurt a lot of businesses. Some
Yes.
sadly never reopened or recovered. And then, the ultimate test in 2024, where we had to close our doors for the hurricane. And each time she's bounced back stronger. So it's really been an honor to be a part of that journey.
Well, be a part of it, but I would imagine if Brian and Lisa were sitting right here, they would say that you are our journey too. And I mean, there's no way that anyone that is in a small business, you either are in it or you're not. Like there's just no in between, and no one has time for, the extra stuff when you're in a small business. And so my father started the jet ski business in 2007 as well. So very similar time frames. So I know about all those kind of tribulations and stuff like that have gone on, and that's just amazing. That is such a fun story. I actually love that. I love that about everything. So what's your favorite thing like about Spice and Tea?
My favorite thing, well, gosh, that's a loaded question. There's so
Yeah,
many things that I love.
maybe
I
that it's
think
different
Thing,
every day, right?
a
That's part of
thing,
retail.
right?
my favorite thing about working for Spice and Tea is that when I was writing insurance, I felt like I was living for the weekend. I only felt like I
Mm,
was living for the weekend. I arguably work a little more now, but
Yeah,
I feel like I live every day. So I'm not just trying to get through the week, to get to the weekend, have Saturday, and then, you get the Sunday scaries. I don't get the Sunday scaries anymore because I just love where I'm at. So the fact that I feel like I live every day, it has just been such a blessing for me and such a game changer the last 3 years.
that's awesome.
okay,
That's
Rob.
fantastic.
Rob. I'm sorry. I'm already forgetting myself. You're not supposed to be able to ask this question anymore, but I'm going to ask this question. How old are you?
I am 33. I'll be
Okay.
34 in September.
Gotcha. And I know because you told me about your previous Monday plans. Congratulations. You're getting married, which is
Yeah,
I
exciting.
did not know
Yeah.
that. Congratulations.
happily engaged. We're tying the knot December 5th at the Women's Club in Snell Isle in St. Pete. So
Oh,
Cool.
that's
we couldn't
amazing.
be happier.
Yay. Now, is she another locale like yourself, or is she an out of towner?
Out of towner. She actually moved here about 3 years ago. This August will be 3 years. She's from Boulder, Colorado. So got myself a Midwest girl,
Yeah.
and she
No, she's a cool Rocky Top girl. Okay, that I'm sorry, Stephanie. I am not allowing herself to group herself from Colorado in
Yeah,
with
she's got a cooler status. I
Kansas,
mean, I don't
Illinois,
know.
that's
Missouri,
fair.
Ohio. Like,
I
no, no,
grew up
no.
with a friend that like would travel to her father was like a United Airlines pilot, so she would go to Colorado on the weekends to leave. Oh, I'm just gonna go skiing in Breckenridge this
No big
weekend.
deal.
And it was like, oh my God, Colorado is so cool.
No. I used to
So
live in
she
Kansas
can't.
City. I
Yeah.
used to put myself through the torture to drive across the boring state of Kansas just to get to Colorado. So no, anyway, I'm sorry. She moved here 3 years ago from Colorado. I feel like there's a lot of people that have moved here from Colorado.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like there's a lot of people moving here from all over. I mean, who
Yeah,
wouldn't
that's
want to
true.
be here? And
Very
she
true.
actually, so she was in college at University of Georgia, finished college, and then we actually met at Jimmy B's when she was on spring break. And she said
Oh
that
my.
she was
Okay.
planning on moving here after she graduated in a few months with her best friend. And we stayed in touch over a couple months. And then when she moved in August, I offered to help her and her roommate Suze move her stuff in. And we've been hanging out ever since. And now we're getting married.
Oh
Oh,
my God. That is the cutest story.
that's a
And you
love
hear that?
story.
They met old school,
Total
Yep,
okay?
old
At
school.
a bar
in the wild.
during spring break, drinking underage like it should be. You know what I mean? No, I'm just kidding.
We were
Everyone
all
was of age.
overage,
I'm kidding.
but
I'm kidding. Everyone was 21. No, I'm just kidding.
That's right. Everyone was 21. That's
I'm
right.
just saying, though, you don't hear about that a lot. And especially, you're not that much. you're not that much younger than I am, Rob, nor with Stephanie, but it's just
Mhm.
there seems to be. Stop it! I heard that. I heard that. I heard that. I heard that. Okay. So, but the difference is that you don't hear about that kind of organically happening anymore. So that's amazing. And I'm super excited for you guys to take your next step. And I'm
Well, as a
sure Lisa.
spiceologist and a mixologist, I mean, that makes sense, right? Like,
I
Yeah, I
mean,
mean, I think that I could probably help. I could probably thank Spice and Tea for some of the products for helping her fall in love with me. Just whipping up delicious food all the time. Fresh out of college, probably used to eating ramen and stuff, and here I am with our black truffle garlic
Bug
seasoning.
like a little yo-yo.
Something new every day.
Yeah, I have to say, if somebody would have put chili lime salt on top of my Easy Mac, I would have married them too. No, I'm just kidding.
yeah, no, that's right. I mean, macaroni and cheese with hot dogs in it, that was my go-to. I mean, if
Tahine who, right? This guy right here, right? Yeah. My God.
exactly, that's hysterical. That's hysterical. Okay, so tell us a little bit about any promotions or
Sales,
events
exciting new
or things
Well,
that you guys got on for this year.
yeah, we are currently still rolling with our limited time only summer teas. We got some really good ones. We have a good day for rosé white tea, very light, refreshing. We
strawberry
have
clouds.
a lychee hibiscus herbal tea, which pairs fantastic with our pineapple sugar. Little splash of OJ. We're calling
Okay.
it hibiscus happiness. And then also our
If you were
cold.
to sell liquor at
Okay.
your store,
Yep.
What would one put in
yeah,
that?
I'm just asking for a friend.
Yeah,
Like what let's talk about what one
in
would
the
put in
hibiscus joint.
there. Yeah,
Oh gosh, where do I start? Um, well,
everywhere.
our one right now every that we've been enjoying. So we have a bunch of awesome new specialty drinks at our tea bar. So we can also make any of the teas iced or hot at our tea bar, and we've really been taking up our tea bar to the next level with specialty drinks where we kind of mix and match a couple different teas or herbs, some of our sugars, and one that's been super popular as of late is our lavender lemonade. So we do fresh lavender flower, our lemon sugar, and fresh lemon juice.
Mm,
Absolutely phenomenal. And I have to say, it goes pretty good with some Tito's or some gin.
Nice.
yeah.
Really,
So
really
do you
good.
show that at if someone were to say what can I put with this?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
no doubt. Yeah, we're firing off all suggestions. Like, what could I use that on? We're letting them know. We don't shy away from recommending some of the alcoholic
Oh,
beverage.
Stephanie, this isn't Walgreens. They're not
Yeah,
selling
Yeah,
right.
I know, and I just want to make sure we all know that we're a fishing town with a drinking problem, but I just want to make sure that that is something you can go, like if you want to make a great drink for your friends because you're hosting or just hanging out for the night and you just want to try some, like just visit the tea bar,
No,
right?
you know what I want to say? Gentlemen, step up your game. Go down and see T Rob at the Spice and Tea Exchange and figure out how to step up your freaking hamburger for your girlfriend, okay? Like,
Yeah.
it's not that hard, brothers. You just have to freaking go where
You
they
just got to
know.
know a guy. And guess what? Now you
Yes, know
do.
a
T
guy,
Rob.
Rob. T Rob is right here. He's going to tell you, he's going to give you the playbook. Well, he's at least going to tell you how to
No,
get the
no, no,
first.
no, no.
Yeah.
You can't see the playbook.
No, God,
No,
no. Never
no,
mind.
there's
That's
no
what I said. We'll
disclosure.
just give them the first recipe and then see if they come back. Right?
Yeah, I mean, it levels up your cooking game quite a bit. Even if you're not the best cook, you throw a couple of the right blends on there, and it's night and day.
Right? I think
I
so.
love that. So,
Plus,
okay, so the Tea Bar has a ton of different activities that you can just throw some Tito's in. That makes the most
Oh
sense to
yeah.
me. That makes the most sense to
100%.
me.
And if you're someone like me who really enjoys a Tito's Sprite, all the high fructose corn syrup, the sugar and stuff, and the Sprite, if you're having a bunch of those, it's probably not going to be the best. So the tea, it's a nice alternative to get something fruity, delicious that mixes great, where you're not, it's
And it
nowhere near as
fancies
bad
you.
for you.
And it's making you a little bit more fancy.
Yep.
I think
Yeah.
that it would be a delicious combination, and like to hit it home, what Rob is saying. Apparently, carbonation is the enemy, people. Like we don't
Yeah.
realize what this carbonation is doing to us, actually.
Yeah.
So, I mean, hashtag things we say now because of how
Yeah.
old we are.
Yeah.
But
Things have
yeah,
gone
no,
organic,
carbonation bad.
protein
Yeah,
first. Yeah,
yeah,
exactly. Do you want some protein with
exactly.
that? Yeah, I do.
All right,
Yeah, what's
Rob.
some
I
protein with
think
that?
that you have won yourself a trip on our rapid fire wheel.
That's
All
right.
right. Let's do
That's
it.
right.
Stephanie, I feel like we need a
Okay.
graphic that I could just like turn right
I
now.
know. I said that we need to have like
Right.
exactly. We need to have
I'm
some sort of
working on
sound
it.
maker.
I'm gonna get the contractors in here tomorrow. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so coffee or tea?
Tea.
I guess you kind of have to say that. Or do
Well,
you
I'll
have
be
coffee
honest,
there?
and this isn't rapid. I have 1 cup of black coffee every morning,
Okay.
but then it's followed
Me
by
too.
like 6 cup of
That's
teas.
Okay.
So I do
maintenance.
drink
Yeah.
more tea than coffee,
But you do
hands
have a cup of
down.
coffee. You do have a
Yep.
cup of Joe to get you going.
Just one.
Just one. I do too. I
We'll
do
we'll
too.
ignore that slight hesitation. Anyway.
Yeah. Okay. So let's see here. So then we go to, do you like to cook at home or eat out?
Cook at home. We cook at home
I don't even know how I could
almost
even ask that
7
question when
nights
you have all
a
these
week.
spices. You
Especially
must be
before
like,
we knew you.
yeah, I'll go down to the Salt Rock, but can I just bring my own spice?
You're right,
And
exactly.
theater
I've
playing.
been known
Yeah.
to carry one in my car. Little Vicks garlic fix.
He's like that character that has hot sauce in his pocket. What was that movie where he has hot sauce like just pull anyway, sorry, Kari. Go ahead.
Or where Napoleon Dynamite, where he keeps his like tater tots in his pocket. So
Oh
funny
yeah,
too.
I got some Vicks in my glove box in the truck right now.
That's funny. That's funny. Okay,
Exactly.
sunrise or sunset?
Sunset.
Okay. Do you like the boat or the beach?
Boat. I
Grouper
get bored on the
sandwich?
beach.
You get what?
I get bored on. I need an activity. I need to be
I get
doing
that.
something.
Oh
get
my
that.
God, you're my fiance
Some
too.
sort of
I'm like,
game,
go
Yeah.
dig a hole.
something.
Yeah.
I need something
Yeah, it's like
to do.
20 minutes in and everyone's like, what should we do? It's like,
Here's your
Yeah.
goggles. Go dig a hole is what I do. Anyway.
I'm not a napper, you know. I need to do something.
exactly. Okay, so grouper sandwich or tacos?
Sandwich.
Okay. Flip-flops or barefoot?
Barefoot.
Ah,
No.
I
Okay.
like that.
We're all we went through this with Max, and it's shocking to know how many of you just walk around trusting God that the world will not give you something
Jesus was barefoot, Caitlin.
epidermically through your feet. I swear to God, stop it. Okay, anyway.
Okay, fishing or floating?
Floating.
Oh, see, well, you can just relax doing that, right?
Yeah, I'm in the water. That's kind of like an activity in
It
itself,
is.
right?
It is.
I
It
have a
definitely
follow-up
is.
question. Follow-up
Okay.
question. Okay, so we had float trips back where I'm from in the Midwest, and it was a canoe or raft.
Like just like a raft, like floating down the river, or
I don't know if you guys have what we have, but like if you were going on a float trip down a river current and you put it in one
Like the
place, pack a
Crystal River?
cooler, you drink beer for 6 hours as you,
You could
float down
not
the
Well,
river,
yeah.
and you
down a
get out
raft
in
in
another
Crystal
place.
River.
it's
Well,
kind of
here's
like
the thing.
tubing.
Tubing. Okay,
Yeah.
tube or canoe?
Tube for sure. So
Got it.
fun.
Okay,
Ginny
that makes
Springs.
sense. Yeah,
So
canoeing,
fun.
you have to like row. Who wants to do that?
Well, and depending on the son of a bee that you have in there, you flip over a lot too. Yeah.
That is true. That is true. Okay, so I think I already know the answer to this, but are you all the way Tampa Bay teams?
100%.
100%. I saw the Buccaneers when you logged in, and I was like, yeah,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
Bucks, Rays, Bolts,
All of it.
Team USA, everything.
I love it.
USA.
It's
Relevant
You
now.
really were based out of Tampa.
I guess Rowdies, right? I mean,
Oh yeah.
yeah, that's right. Do you
Okay.
go to the Bucks games?
Yeah, I go to Bucks games. I usually go to a couple games a year, a couple Lightning games a year.
So cool.
I'm usually good for like 20 to 30 Rays games a year. I think I've
Awesome.
already been to like 6 or 7 this year. I
That's
love
awesome.
the Rays. If the
They're
Rays are
fun team to
playing
watch.
bad, then I'm probably a little salty.
Yeah, we get that. My dad's like that. I'm from Chicago, but then I lived in New England for a long time, and part of my marriage arrangement was that I was going to like the Red Sox, and so they've been good to us. So I can't
It
say that
was
they
in the
haven't.
dowry.
Yeah, they've been good to us, so I can't say anything bad about it. But they're
They just got
maybe
swept
the
by the
worst
Braves.
team, and they might be
Okay,
the worst
Sammy
team.
Sosa, baseball been very, very good to me. No,
Yes.
I still don't
Well, I
understand
was a
this
Cubs
Red
fan
Sox
too.
dowry
So
trade, but
yeah,
whatever.
this year they've been awful. And so
It
last
could be
week when they
worse.
were playing,
It could be the
I don't
Yankees.
think they actually could be worse this year. I really don't. They were
No,
playing the
no. I'm
Rays.
saying your wedding trade could have been worse. It could
Yeah,
have
it
been
could
the
have been.
Yankees. Yeah. Or in
That-
my professional
Actually,
opinion,
that
the
actually
90s,
might have been the wedding trade. You will not like the Yankees. It actually might not have said Red Sox. It actually might have
it
said
just
you will
said you
not
will
root
hate
for
the
the
Yankees
Yankees.
forever. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Something
you know
we could
what?
agree on.
I
Yeah,
think
that's
we
something
can
we
get
can definitely
behind
agree
that,
on.
right, Rob? I think I can get behind that.
But I
100%.
am a Tampa Bay. My father always raised us to like wherever you roam, you must root. So
Yeah.
I root for the Red Sox, the Rays unless they're playing the Red Sox. I root
Did
for
you
the
see that
Bucks unless
slip?
they're
She
playing for
said
the
Red Sox.
Bears. Yeah,
We'll
all
take
that
it.
stuff. It's all part of it. Okay. Anyway, okay. Frozen drink or a cold beer?
Cold beer.
Okay, I like that. I like that. Tourist season or summer season?
Tour season because we're way busier at the shop.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, and then the last one, Apple or Android?
Apple.
Mm-hmm.
I had
I'm trying
Android
to
for a
prove.
long time.
Yeah,
Switched to Apple. Never looked back.
yeah. I get
Yeah.
that. I get that. Yeah, my girl Caitlin is.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
Have fun in your guys' cold. Yeah.
So I guess if I get a text from Caitlin, it's going to be green.
Green.
Yes, and if I'm in a group
so
message,
annoying.
I'm going to ruin it for everyone.
It's so
That's
annoying.
exactly
Like
what's
I
going to
actually
happen.
question whether I trust people with the green. I'm
That's
like, why is
fair.
it like this? Is this like the
Oh my
FBI or what's
God.
going on here?
Well, good news. We don't have to hold a secret meeting to decide if we trust y'all or not. We're at the bar saying we don't.
That might be true. That might be true.
Oh
Okay,
my
is there
God, Rob.
anything else that you want to add, Rob, that you feel
Yes.
like I want to make sure that this gets communicated? I know, put you on the spot.
And if it's just that you fully approve my nickname, we're fine.
Yeah.
Well, PSA, we're open every day of the week,
Love
10
it.
a.m. to 8 p.m. We close at 6 on Sundays. We got over 80 different spice blends, over 75 different kinds of tea, salt, sugars, peppers, a little bit of something for everybody.
I mean, and one of the things that I know from going in there is that it's an experience. It's not just like go in and like grab what you want and get going. Like go in with the intent that you're going to have a great experience, because I have not run into one person that works there that is not going to give you the utmost attention and help you with your choices and your purchases. So I love that I love what you guys do for the community. I love your presence in the community. I love the resilience and the story that you've all had to get back open. And I know that Brian and Lisa were dealing with their own home at the same time that they were trying to put back.
Yeah.
I mean, it's insane. Like the positivity and the energy that like all of you give off is just, it's contagious. And I think that you're one of the best kept, it's not a secret, so that would be unfair to say, but one of the best kept businesses in Madeira Beach.
Well,
And I'm
thank
just
you.
going to finish up on that in the ninth inning remarks of the fact of there is no less than 15 t-shirt shops in Johns Pass. There is nobody like you guys.
Yeah.
And
That's what I kind of always tell you. You're not going to find any t-shirts or keychains here.
no.
That's
You're
right.
also going to walk 3 doors down and see the same keychain and the same t-shirt. And no offense, there's obviously a demand for it, but
Oh, yeah. And they're
this
great.
is like a whole experience for everyone. And even if you don't have a hell of a lot of time, if your husband is going to the bathroom, you just want to pop in for one thing, Rob's going to get you the one thing you need.
That's
Yeah.
right.
And maybe a few
The
others.
basket. That's what he's going to get you,
Maybe
a
a few
basket.
others, maybe a basket.
And,
Yeah,
and maybe it is going to be a basket. That's right.
No
Exactly.
it will
doubt.
be.
Exactly. Well, okay, Rob, thank you so much for joining us. We super appreciate your time. I hope this was as enjoyable as it was to us. And we just love everything you guys do.
Well, thanks so much for having me. It's been a blast being on and being able to talk about our shop. We're super passionate about it. We love it. Our mission statement is creating and sharing the experience of a more flavorful life. And we truly do live by that and try to do that every single day.
Awesome.
That's
Awesome.
beautiful.
Until next time, guys.
All
See
right.
you
Bye,
soon.
guys. Thank you.
Bye.